lot yesterday, but I just broke down 5 that I just figured I'd hold on to for this week, starting off with number 1.
Number 1.
The New Orleans Saints, right? Everybody all of a sudden is, oh, my God, the Saints, they're no good. Jameis Winston, this, that, and the other. First of all, let me break it all the way down to you. I'm not going to panic because they lose a football game to a rival in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers by, I might add, also Max and Jason Williams. The guy was out there playing with fractures in his back at the quarterback position. I didn't even want to bring that up early on. I'm going to bring that up now. On top of him not having his star running back in Alvin Kamara, who is on the sideline, doesn't help your offense at all when you're missing some pieces. So I look forward to the following weeks from here moving forward. What's next, Yates?
Number 2.
Number 2, Max, you said it. Everybody's, for the most part, saying it. The Baltimore Ravens and Lamar Jackson, I think that price just went up on Lamar. Probably be the first player in NFL history to get $1 billion contract. I know I would. If you look at what he did yesterday in that loss against the Miami Dolphins, it wasn't his fault. He gave them 300-plus yards. He was 21 of 28 pitching the football. And then on top of that, he gave you 3 monies. For those that don't know what monies are, touchdowns. I mean, he delivered the football in sync. But for whatever reason, they let him down in the end on the defensive side of the ball. But that price continues to go up for Lamar Jackson. Look at that. Look at that rollout right there.
He was balling. But
goodness.
Key, in the fourth quarter, I would have liked to see him pull it out in the fourth quarter.
Well, you can't have him pull it. You want him to pull it out every single week, Max? Come on now.
I expect him to win the Super Bowl this year, so a lot of weeks, he's going to have to. By the way,
you want the dude to pull a rabbit?
There's more questions about their defense, Max, more so than Lamar Jackson.
Actually, more than the defense. To me, it's the running game. Other than Lamar, they can't get a yard.
That's true, that too.
No. What's next, Yates?
Number 3.
The New York Giants. The New York Giants actually look like that they want to try to make this a nice race in the NFC East. They want to try to have a chance to really contend for a title. Are they really doing this like that? They got the Cowboys next. You saw the Cowboys against Cooper Rush and what that looked like. Then they got the Bears, and then obviously traveling to London to play the Packers. But I think that they got an opportunity. Let's see what the Philadelphia Eagles do tonight. We saw Washington. We saw the Cowboys. Let's see what the Eagles do tonight against the Minnesota Vikings. But for the Giant fans, it's something to smile about. You're sitting at 2-0 at this point in time with Joe Judge at the head coaching, and you would be at 0-2.
Yates.
Number 4.
What's next, Yates?
He played number 4. Yeah.
Did he say 4?
Yeah, he did. He did.
Another one.
Number 4.
Are y'all still panicking about the Green Bay Packers? Is Aaron Rodgers and his receivers not doing anything? I mean, it doesn't matter who they beat. It matters what they look like when they beat them. And they look like a team that's ready to make a run, and not only in the conference, but not only in division, but also in the conference. They did things right. They got the football to Aaron Jones, rushed for about $130 and some change. Aaron Rodgers delivered the football at times in sync to some receivers that a lot of people was worried about. They got the ball in Sammy Watkins' hands. I'm just saying, it's only week 2 of the NFL season. After week 1, everybody was giving the division to the Detroit Lions. What's next, Yates?
Number 5.
Number 5, Max's favorite pick to win the Super Bowl and win it all, along with Jay, is the Cincinnati Bengals.
Lies.
The Cincinnati
speaking
Bengals
for other people.
are
Lies.
not
Never
the
picked them to
team.
win the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
They're not the team that they were a year ago. And this is what I mean by that. Yes, they're giving up the same sacks every single week. But when they gave up those sacks last year, they still won those games. They figured out how to win the games. For whatever reason, I think the Bengals are starting to bingle again. No matter what the talent looks like, they just look like a team that reminds me of the old Cincinnati Bengals that had a good quarterback in Carson Palmer, a decent quarterback in Andy Dalton. But for whatever reason, they made some noise one year and no more noise after that. And I think you're looking at that happening to the Cincinnati Bengals thus far. You look at the completion percentage on Joe Burrow through the first 2 games, 64%. Touchdown to interception rate, 3-4. Sacks 13 times. And if QBR means anything to you, Max, it's a 45.
That's not good. That's 5 under average.
So, there you go.
Key,
What?
One statement around the Saints, because I did know that yesterday Jameis Winston had fractures in his back. before the game. But do fractures typically in the back get better as the NFL grind season continues, or do they get worse?
I'm not a doctor. I've never had fractures in my back. I couldn't tell you.
Probability would probably be they get a little bit worse.
I would guess playing tackle football. I guess tackle football is not good for back. I'm guessing tackle football is not good for fractures.
Yeah, I don't think that he's going to be better. I think they'll know how to handle it. I think they'll know how to approach it to try to make it better. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. It certainly doesn't sound good. Yeah. But for a guy to be out there and playing, I would attribute some of the turnovers and some of the issues that they had on the offensive side, and particularly him, is because of the back injury. Even to the fact where he had a chance to run for a first down, and he decided not to and got sacked from behind and fumbled. So I understand. I get it. It's content. It's sexy week to week. Now
Ryan Fitzpatrick getting ready to come back out of retirement. Ryan Fitzpatrick getting ready to make some more money.
Nah, I don't think so. I think Jameis will be okay.
The talent is off the charts. I mean, the whole team. And when Alvin Kamara comes back, it's even different. Yeah. But like we said before, having time off, even under Sean Payton, and now coming back under Dennis Allen, the amount of pressure on Jameis Winston this year is monumental. And regardless of how they looked squeaking by the Falcons in game one, it just didn't feel right.
One thing that Key has said that makes a lot of sense to me about the Saints, though, because sometimes you have to look at the details like this. A receiver like his nephew, like Michael Thomas, is kind of ideally suited for as the season goes on, they get used to each other, for a quarterback like Jameis, because Jameis can air it out down the field. And with Michael Thomas, really, you just got to get it in his catch radius.
He called one yesterday. It was nasty.
Yeah.
So but it's not even about my nephew. It's about the quarterback. It's about the quarterback being able to do things in sync. He missed Chris Olave at least 3 times, okay? He hit him on the deep one late in the game, and then Chris Olave stumbled, and then fumbled when he hit the ground. Those little things can all be fixed. You know, it's just can Jameis stay healthy? I know he threw the 3 interceptions and the caller called in and Jay was all giddy and happy about it, and the guy mentioned crab legs and all those sort of things. Can they fix those issues from yesterday? If they can fix those issues from yesterday, because the defense played well to me. Defense did what they were supposed to do, even though Lattimore got kicked out of the game for no reason as far as I'm concerned. I guess they don't like, the NFL or whoever didn't like the fact that
How dare you get shoved like that, Lattimore? Get out.
I dare you speak to Tom Brady that way. That's basically what they say.
You side-eyed Tom Brady?
You looked at Tom wrong. Are you out of your damn mind?
Hey, speaking of the defense and speaking of Jameis, someone who played with Jameis on the Bucs defense had this to say after the game. Devin White.
Hey, man, when Jameis left our team, everybody know what he did that last year. And we feel like we had a great defense then. And, he threw 30 picks, and we just knew he'd give us the ball. We knew the running backs, cough it up. And that's something we came in talking about. We want 30 turnovers as a ball club ourselves. So this just was another game to go attack the ball.
That's Devin White, Bucs linebacker, excellent linebacker, post-game with Aaron Andrews. Key, he sounds salty to me, like a guy who is on a defense that's getting things done and looking at a quarterback, handing the ball to the other team going, come on, man, we're working hard. You're being careless with the ball. That's what he sounded like to me.